move on to the rest, just start off with your thoughts on the match.
Yeah, really, for both teams, trying conditions. The heat rule was invoked. When I was driving up here, I looked at the dial as 43 coming out of Perth. So, look, it dropped a little bit down to low 30s, but it was very trying conditions. But I thought both teams really whacked away. Specifically for us, I thought our contest was really strong, our ground level. We won the ball well. Grundy, who's a dominant ruckman, I know he's been interrupted, but for Rory, Lobb and Scotty Jones to go there, and thought they acquitted themselves really well around there. We tackled really well and pressured and won the ball back centre forward strongly. We didn't capitalise on that, except in the last quarter that faded. So it was certainly our first hit out, but with what we're trying to do, give our talls opportunities and entries. We certainly did that. I think it's 60 to 48. So some good figures there, but there's got to be some subtlety to that, which we'll fine-tune and we're confident we'll get to. And we just thought defensively they scored more easily than we would have liked in a couple of the quarters. But again, we feel we can. There's some individual craft within that, some young defenders that were beaten, and then there's a little bit of team defence. So, but it's linked to ball use. There's a number of times there was 2-goal swings where we were out, and some fundamental decision making, I suppose, or ball handling, execution. So that was costly. But overall, for our first hit out, pleasing. I thought the development of Brayshaw and Chera, Collier whacked away and got going late, and I thought Jesse, for him to get through and take another step forward was exciting for us. So there were some good signs.
Just on Hogan, he looked pretty good early in terms of movement. There was one point where he went to defence, got into that mark.
Yeah, he's unlimited physically, except we're building his game time up. And he could have kept going, but it's that high performance managers map out the plan and get them to the line. So same for Walters. So there's some really good signs. They had a number of players out. They're a very strong squad. I'd like to think we had some good players out too, but some players put their hand up for round one selection strongly. There was those that were middling, and a couple would probably walk away thinking, I wish I'd have made more of the opportunity.
At what point did you take Hogan out in the third quarter?
I was relatively early. I think he was 70, 80 minutes or whatever. So, but look, it was a very serious injury, navicular. He's managed it really well. He's trained incredibly hard. He's fitted in, and he's really wants to be a part of a hard-working forward line. So, he's playing his part.
He didn't get a lot of touches today, but he was playing when the wind was tricky in that first half.
Yeah, and look, it was very... Joondalup's really... and Perth itself can be really windy, so he brought it to ground, he brought our small forwards into it. But again, some of the entry were a bit dirtier than we would have liked when we had time and space. So we just got to fine-tune that. Like Brad Hill, the class, he just lowers his eyes, finds an uncontested mark. We had more opportunities for that, but we just bombed a bit more than we would like. So, there's some really good learnings.
Watching the intra-club Ross look like Hogan, Lobb, Taberner, the sort of first choice forward talls. But Brennan Cox, is he sort of firmly in that mix still after the way he played in the first half?
Yeah, I thought he played his part. He's a very smart forward, very good young player. And that's our challenge, to pick the guys that are in form and playing well. So that'll be a match committee decision. We've got a short turnaround, 6 days, which is challenging after your first hit out, but we're professionals and we need to get up. So we spoke about really being sharp in the review, as in concise and physically recovering, and we play Eagles off an 8-day break, the reigning premier, so it's a really big challenge for us at Mandurah.
Any injury concerns from today?
Specifically assessed and determined is Swatowski with a hamstring injury. So to what extent we don't know, but he has a history of them. So it's this one. The rest were just sort of knock thumbs and knock knees, but nothing.
So Logue was okay? Looked like he
that's my understanding.
Yep.
Yeah, he was cramped.
Okay.
Cramp.
Darcy Ross, you thought he might get up?
I thought he'd play this week and we named him. He certainly hasn't got a soft tissue injury, but there was just some residual, what do they say, tightness, and so hopefully he can work his way through because he needs to play. But gee, Lobb stood up today, I think. I know everyone sees him as a key forward, but his ability to play ruck and get his hand to it was really impressive today, so that's exciting for us.
So Darcy potentially comes in and Lob goes more forward, pinch hits, and then
I haven't worked that out yet.
You've got genuine competition for spots, so it must be pleasing that you've got that.
Yeah, I think competition for spots is pleasing. So, yeah, we would have liked Reece to get into that next week. Nathan is a very, very good chance to play next week. Sean Darcy. So there's a few around. The longer term ones are Blakely and Hill and Aaron. So, but we'd like to think Stephen isn't as pessimistic as maybe we first thought. So, maybe 3 to 4 weeks, which is exciting because he's a class act. So, yeah, but I thought again, Brayshaw and Chera, some of our youth were really good today. Langdon and Hill continued on, so it was good.
Do you see Brayshaw mainly as a mid and Chera mainly as a half-back at this stage?
No, we want to develop Adam. If you look at genuine star mids that can play back, and he's been in our handful of best players when he's played forward. He's really had a BOG, rising star at half-back, and he's building midfield. So we want him to be a complete player. So, and what we want to do with Andrew is move. He played wing last year and half forward, so we want to not pigeonhole them because it's very tough existence if you're going to play one position.
And for him to get through, obviously, I mean, the broken jaw was a while ago now, but first game back for Andy.
Yeah, very. He got whacked in intra-club. I think we acknowledge he'll play the Eagles this week. He's been, stepped back into senior footy, head over the ball. His dad was confident, he was confident. And so, look, a bit might be made of it during the week, probably. Hopefully, Andrew feels like I think we should put him up, let him talk about it, and then that's it. We'll never be spoken about again. He can deal with it because everyone's going to bring it up. So we'll probably preempt, if Andrew's happy to, put him up, ask him all the questions, and then we don't have to worry about it. We're probably fortunate we're playing the Eagles. And really for the other boy as well, we all get to move on from it and keep going forward.
What do you make of Darcy Tucker's game?
Yeah, well, we put him in a go-with role where we've struggled to fill that breach since Ryan Crowley, but we're really looking to, if you look at the grand final teams and in my coaching, Hutchings did a wonderful job on side bottom. If side bottom gets his 42, they probably win Collingwood, so he was important. Collingwood can use Greenwood, so it's a tool we want in our toolbox, but we need to train it up, and there'll be more intense games and bigger challenges, but I thought he took a step forward.
What's the timeline on the Sandalags?
I've got no timeline except he's stagnated and there was all that noise swirling around, but he is moving forward at a more rapid pace.
But will it be like the first at least few rounds?
No, not early rounds. Yeah. Thanks, guys.
Cheers.